how's it going, everyone? This is Andy Eversole. Welcome to the Banjo Earth Absolute Beginner Banjo Course. I'm super excited you're here because I love the banjo, and I think you're going to love it too once you get some of the basic foundations and really get started on your banjo journey. So I started playing the banjo when I was around 15, and it's been almost 30 years ago, and the banjo has brought me incredible joy, happiness. It's taken me all over the world to so many different countries. I play with amazing musicians, and it's an absolute gift in my life, and I hope to share that with you here, and for you to find your own banjo style, your own voice, and for you to find your own path in your own journey in the world of banjo. So here's just a few of the things we're going to cover here in the Introduction Absolute Beginner Banjo Earth course. First, we're just going to go over the banjo, what it is, where it came from, to give you a little history, a little context on the instrument you're playing, the music that forms the mythology and the substance of what this instrument is used for. So we're going to cover that first. Then we're going to jump into a little just basic things. How to hold the banjo like this, how to string the banjo, being in tune, which is really important, using a tuner, and basic things just to get really going. Next, we're going to start making music immediately. Once we're in tune, we're ready to go, I want you to have fun. You want to have fun? Let's have some fun. We're going to start making music right out of the box. I'm going to teach you a little right hand strumming patterns, little picking patterns, some basic chords, and we're going to start singing too. If you want to sing, I'm going to show you how to find your own voice. If you don't want to sing, then don't worry about it. You can skip that part. But we're going to start playing Bile, Cabbage down. The first song I ever learned on the banjo. You're going to start playing that immediately. So within a few minutes you'll be making music, and you'll be well along your way to having a good time with the banjo. After we start making music, we're going to add in some variations, some of the basics of Scruggs style banjo playing. Mainly in this course we're going to cover 3-finger style using these 3 fingers. And that forms the basis of Bluegrass banjo. There's also claw hammer style. It sounds like this. There's lots of great, amazing teachers out there that are going to teach you claw hammer if that's what you want to learn. But in this course we're going to cover the basics of 3-finger style, adding in some things like slides, some hammer-ons, start adding some real variation to your playing to make it more interesting and more fun for you to play and listen to. Then we're going to start covering melody. And melody is what makes a song happen. There's 3 parts to music. There's the rhythm, there's the chords, and there's the melody. And we're going to cover the melody by going through the song "Oh Susanna." So after all of these things, you'll be able to play Bile, Cabbage down, Cripple Creek, "Oh Susanna." You'll have some right hand picking techniques. You have some strumming patterns. You'll be able to play some chords, keep rhythm, and all these things. You'll be having fun making music, and then we're going to put it all together. All of these elements. You're going to be singing your own songs, making up lyrics, playing melodies, playing chords, and eventually playing with other people, making music together, bringing people together through the power of music. That's my absolute mission with Banjo Earth, and my mission in these courses is to help you find your own voice, to find your own style, to find the music that you love to play. Once I was playing, when I first got started, I got a little bit stuck in reading tablature and stuck in the bluegrass type of thing. So when I started to branch out and find my own voice, that's when I really started having a lot more fun with the banjo. So that's my dream, my hope, my wish for you through these courses. Find your own style, find your own voice, and have fun making music on the banjo. So let's go ahead and jump in and get started with lesson 1. to lesson number 1 of the Banjo Earth Absolute Beginner Course. In this lesson, we're just going to start with a little bit of history and context of the banjo, just to give an idea of where this thing comes from, how it got into your hands, what kind of music has shaped the story of the banjo, and where it's going from here. So, just in the beginning, the banjo originates from Africa. Most of the history will agree with that. The first banjo was made out of a gourd, which is sort of a melon type thing that comes from the garden, and then they put a wooden neck on it and some cat gut strings made out of cat guts, wild cats and things like that. And that was your first banjo. That came from Africa, and that type of instrument spread out all over the world. You'll find them in Arabia, China, all these different places that the banjo spread out all across the world. The basic gourd gut string type instrument. So how it got to America was on the slave ships. When they were bringing slaves from Africa to America, they brought their banjos with them on the slave ships, and once they got here in America, they started all mixing together with the banjo, fiddles, instruments from Europe, Ireland, England. All those things started mixing together in Appalachia and in the South, and then we had the formation of what is now known as American folk music. So it had all these different elements from Africa, Europe, all these things come together in American music. The banjo really became very popular in late 1800s as a classical music instrument, sort of like a proper thing that people would play at home in the parlor. A lot of women played the banjo then. It also became very popular in jazz music, early blues in the African American communities. The 4-string banjo was really essential instrument in early jazz music, early 1900s in the United States. And then on from there, it started being incorporated into sort of Appalachian mountain music. Old-time music that uses the claw hammer style. And then in the 1940s and 50s is when it really hit its stride into the mainstream with Earl Scruggs and Bluegrass style banjo, 3-finger style banjo that sounded like this. And then once Earl Scruggs got into Bill Monroe's band, they created Bluegrass together. Then the banjo really took off. His style of playing really just captured the imagination of everyone, and it blew up all over the world. So now you have a mixture of all of that history and the more recent bluegrass styles into this incredible instrument. So, you know, we're leaving a lot out there, but that's the basic story, just to give you an idea of where it came from, how you became interested in it. Think about that, and then where we're going from here. In my project Banjo Earth, I travel all over the world. I collaborate with folk musicians of each country: Brazil, China, India, Peru, Mexico, and share the banjo with them, share the Appalachian folk traditions, and I learn their music and put it into the banjo. And so I think that has a lot to do with where we're going in the future. What is going to be your contribution to the banjo? Let's find out. Okay, now we're going to get into the basics of holding the banjo. What are we holding here? How does this thing work? What's going on with this wonderful instrument? So let's just go through first and name some of the parts here. This is called the banjo head. You got the banjo back here. This particular banjo, my main banjo, is from 1926, a 1926 Gibson. I love it. This here is called the banjo neck, which goes all the way up, has all these little silver things here called frets. And this is where you're going to put your fingers to make notes and make music. These things here where you turn the strings are called tuning pegs. And so the string is start here, goes all the way up, connects to these tuning pegs, and you can turn it up or down to tune the banjo. Let's see, this is the nut here, and this is the banjo head up here. So those are the parts of your banjo. Oh, well, very important, the bridge, the banjo bridge. It's a big part of what makes a banjo, and also can be very important in the way your banjo sounds. Holding the banjo. Another important aspect of banjo playing. So I recommend sitting in a chair to play without arms so you can have your hands moving around. And then you're going to want to have the banjo basically sitting on its own in between your legs. So that's a great place if you can learn to get it where it's not moving. A lot of times you can put your left foot up just a little bit, sit it on something like the banjo case or a little stool, and have your left leg, if you're right-handed, up a little bit further so that it just stays right there in place so you're not touching it. And that lets your hands move around more when you're playing. So that's a great way to hold the banjo. Now, tuning the banjo. I recommend starting out by getting an electronic tuner. This is a Snark tuner. They'll have a link here in this lesson. And these are really great way to learn how to tune, and especially when you're playing with other people, there's a lot of noise around. You can just clip it on the end of your banjo, turn it on, and get in tune. But without that, let's go through the tuning here. So we'll start at the top, because this is what separates banjo from other instruments. Is this top string is the highest string. On a guitar it's the lowest. On most instruments it's the lowest, but on the banjo, yeah, it's the highest. So this is a high G. And then down from there you go to the fourth string, which is going to be the lowest string on the banjo, a low D. The middle string, third string, is a G. Then your second string from the bottom is a B. And then your first string is a high D. So, coming up from the bottom, first string, D, high D, B, low G, low D, high G. And the cool thing about banjo is, tuned this way, the banjo is open as a G chord, because you have D, B, and G, and those are the notes that make up a G chord, which we'll get to later. But for now, just know that it's super cool. As soon as you're in tune, you play the banjo and you're making a G chord. So that's pretty awesome. We're making music already. That's the basics of it. Have it hold it in spot. Tune it up. I'll go through the tuning again just so if you're doing it by ear you can connect them. Starting with a high G, low D, middle G, B, high D. Alright, let's make some music. Okay, now we got all the basics, holding the banjo, tuning it up. I'm going to assume you're in tune. You can hold the banjo now. Now it's time to make some music. Let's have some fun. So the first song we're going to start with is the first one I ever learned. And it makes a great tune to just start your music journey. And it's called Bile Them Cabbage Down. Essentially, boil the cabbage. But in the lexicon, it's called Bile Them Cabbage Down. And it's just played like this. We're going to start with a little strumming pattern, and this is what it sounds like. what we're doing in this lesson is we're combining a right hand strumming pattern with the use of some basic chords. So first, let's kick off with the pattern of the strumming of the right hand. And this is just a way to count and get a good sound going with the banjo. So we're going to go down and then up. Down and up. And the way we can count it is 1, 2, 3, 4. So down 1, up 2, down 3, up 4. Okay? Okay, now we have the basic strumming pattern. Let's add some chords. The chords in Bile and Cabbage down is in G, open. Then we're going to add a C chord and a D chord, a D7 here. So, to how to play the C chord, you're going to use your middle finger on the top, on the 4th string, on the 2nd fret. You're going to use your pointer finger on the 2nd string of the 1st fret. And then you're going to use your middle finger on the 2nd string of the on the 2nd fret of the 1st string. So, middle finger, 2nd fret, 4th string. Pointer finger, 1st fret, 2nd string. Ring finger, 2nd fret, 1st string. And to make a good chord, you gotta go through each note, each string, and make sure the note is really clear on each string. If you're hitting another string or something, or muting one, it's gonna sound like this. You don't want that. You want to make sure each note is clear. You put your fingers right behind the fret. Right behind the fret. Not on the fret, not too far away, but right behind it. So let's practice on the 4th string, 2nd fret. So put your middle finger there right behind the fret and get a good note there. Now if you're on the fret, it's going to sound like this. Not good. If you're too far away from the fret, can't hear it well. If you're muting it, it'll sound like that. If you're on the wrong fret, it's going to hit a different note. So 2nd fret, 4th string with your middle finger, get a good note there. Open 3rd string. Then you take your pointer finger, hit it on the 2nd string, 1st fret. And then your middle finger, 1st string, 2nd fret. That's a C chord, and that's going to be a very popular chord for you to use. And one way to practice getting into the C chord, at first it can be a little challenging to get your fingers on it and off in time to play the chord. But one way to practice this is just to take your hand off and then go there as soon as you can. And you want to get to the point where you can hit all 3 of those spots simultaneously at the same time. So you take it off and you go there all at one time. Now, that's the goal. But one way to start to get there is to start with the middle finger on the 2nd fret, then the next one, your pointer finger, and then the middle finger, and then the ring finger. So, middle finger, pointer finger, ring finger. And then just keep going, practicing that. Just take it off, put them on, And then eventually, you can put them all three on there at the same time. And then you'll be making that chord in the rhythm of the music. Now the other chord we're going to add in here is a D7 chord. And it's called a D7 because it has the 7th note of the scale in it. We're not going to worry about that right now. So for now we can just call it a D. But what you're going to do to make that chord is hit your middle finger, 3rd string, 2nd fret, and then your pointer finger, 2nd string, 1st fret. And then all the other strings you can hit open. So again, that's middle finger, 3rd string from the bottom, 2nd fret, that note. Your pointer finger, 2nd string, 1st fret, that note. And then strum it all together, make a D7 chord. And then to practice that one, do it as the same as you do with the C chord. Take your hand off and add your hand on. Off, on. Okay, now let's put all those things together and play the song Bile and Cabbage down. So with the strumming pattern, I showed you the down and the up pattern. Let's add one, it's just down. It's actually more simple to begin with. So you can just hit down with the thumb, let's say. Use your thumb, the skin of the thumb on the side. We're just going to go down. We're going to count. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 with the G. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then go to a C. 1, 2, 3, 4, back to G. 1, 2, 3, 4 to D. 1, 2, 3, 4 G. 1, 2, 3, 4 C. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 G's, 2 D's, and 4 G's for the end. 2, 3, 4. So all together, it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now let's add in the other strumming pattern I showed you. Down, up, with no counting this time. Here we go. Okay, now we got the chords, the rhythm, what we're going to do is add some melody in. This song is super fun to play because the melody is so simple. It's a great song to start on. So this is how it starts. It's going to start on the B string open, hit it twice. Then you just add the first fret of the B string to a C note. Take it off. And then hit the third string second fret. Do that again. And then the last time you hit one B note open, second string, one third string second fret, which is an A note, and then open G string. So all together it sounds like this, and I'll sing it so you can get the idea of the lyrics. Bile them cabbage down, babe, turn them hoe cakes round. The only song that I can sing is bile them cabbage down. Bile them cabbage down, babe, turn them hoe cakes round. The only song that I can sing is bile them cabbage down. Here we go, we're gonna strum now. Melody. Chords. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Melody. Bile them cabbage down, babe, turn them hoe cakes round. The only song that I can sing is bile them cabbage down. Bile them cabbage down, babe, turn them hoe cakes round. The only song that I can sing is bile them cabbage down. Okay, great. We got the rhythm, we got the timing, we got the melody, we're in tune, we're holding the banjo, we're making some music. Now I've included a practice track for you to practice along with, making the chords, playing the melody, singing the song if you want to. Highly recommend go ahead and jump in there and try that. Even if you're not comfortable with it yet, if you don't want anybody to hear you, go in a back room somewhere, start to practice your singing. I really want you to find your voice and start singing some of these old folk songs. This is really, really fun. And eventually you can start making up your own lyrics, which we're going to do at one point in this course. So we're off making music now. Practice that, and we'll see you in the next lesson with some right hand finger picking rolls. We'll start playing some bluegrass banjo. See you in the next lesson. Have fun jamming. How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the next lesson. I hope you've enjoyed jamming on some Bile them cabbage down, learning the chords, learning melody, learning the rhythm, the strumming patterns. That's one of my goals in this course, is to get you playing music and enjoying and having fun as soon as possible. So I hope you've been practicing, learning, getting better, playing those songs, playing those patterns. Because what we're going to get into now is going to be a little more interesting with the right hand, and we're going to get into these, using these 3 fingers into 3-finger style banjo playing, the very basics of that. So 3-finger, made famous by Earl Scruggs, of course the master of the banjo, and so therefore a lot of people call this style Scruggs style banjo playing, because he really perfected it. But there was a few people prior to him playing. Snuffy Jenkins is one, and a couple others. And then even before that, a lot of people were using two-finger style, like Doc Watson, Doc Boggs. And then prior to that was more claw hammer style, plectrum without picks and stuff, without finger picks. So Earl Scruggs was really the master of that, and once he really got going and perfected the three-finger style of banjo, that is really what took off, went around the world, and is what drives a lot of people to play this music even today, 2024. So that's what we're going to get into here. It provides a lot of foundation for you to explore all kinds of different music, and what we're going to do is get into the basic patterns of using three-finger style to make what is called rolls on the banjo. And a roll is just a picking pattern with the right hand, because you got it kind of rolling when you do a pattern like this. So I suggest using picks, and starting with picks as soon as you can, because you're gonna want to get used to using the picks. It feels a little cumbersome at first, but once you practice with them enough, you'll get really used to them, and they're going to be really important, especially when you start playing with other people, so you can be heard, because it's very quiet without picks, and then when you're playing with others, you won't be able to hear the banjo, and we want to hear the banjo. So go ahead and get you some picks. I'm using these really sharp-ended Ernie Ball finger picks and a Golden Gate thumb pick. So I'll provide some links there so you can get a hold of some finger picks. Get those on, and then we're going to start doing some rolls. The first roll we're going to do is probably the most common roll and the most productive, useful roll that you're going to find in a lot of bluegrass music and a lot of music in general. So it's called the alternating thumb roll, and it's called that because the thumb is going to be alternating in between the third and fourth strings. So what we're going to do, I'm going to go through each note of the alternating thumb roll, and then we're going to start just playing it and see how it goes. You ready? So start with the thumb going down. So in general, in the rolls, the thumb is going to be going down and hitting the third and fourth and fifth strings, these, and then your pointer finger is going to be coming up on the second string, and your middle finger is going to be coming up on the first string. That is a general rule, not always the case, but you can always revert back to that if you get confused. So first, let's start with the thumb open on the third string down. Then you're going to use the pointer finger and come up on the second string. Then the thumb's going to go all the way to the top and hit down on the fifth string. And then the middle finger is going to come up on the first string. So that's 4 notes right there. Down on the third with the thumb open. Up on the second. Down on the fifth, and then use the middle finger for the first string. So it sounds like this all together. Third, second, fifth, first. And the thing about rolls and just banjo playing and music in general, you want to start off slow and get each note as good as possible. Get the space in between the notes as even as you can. So start very slowly, get it right, get it good, and then you start picking up speed. A lot of people make the mistake of trying to play too fast, too soon, and they get into some real bad habits and don't sound very good. So I want you to sound great. So start slow and perfect it, master it, and then get faster as you do that. Again, down on the third, up on the second, down on the fifth, up on the first. So thumb, pointer, thumb, middle. it becomes a part of who you are. Okay, once we get that one, we're going to add in the alternating thumb. Of course, that's where the roll gets its name. So once you perfect that little roll, we're just going to change the thumb note every fourth note. So we start like we did on the third, second, fifth, first. Now this time, we're going to go down on the fourth string with the thumb instead of the third. It's going to hit that note, the open fourth. And all the other notes are going to sound and be exactly the same. So this time you hit down on the fourth, up on the second with the pointer finger, down on the fifth with the thumb, and up on the first with the middle. Okay? So the first time you hit the third string. This time you hit the fourth string. Third. So the thumb is alternating between the third and fourth strings. That's where it gets the name, the alternating thumb roll. So let's do it all together, alternating between the third and fourth strings. Ready? Alright, now you're going to want to practice that all the time. Now, if people are living around you, they might go a little crazy. But that's okay, because you're going to play the banjo, and then you'll both be crazy. That's going to be a very useful roll in so many songs, as you'll see once we progress further along in the course. That's the alternating thumb roll. Okay, now we're going to dive into another roll. And this one's called the reverse roll pattern. And what you're going to do is essentially reverse the pattern you're making with your fingers. That's why it's called the reverse roll. So I'm going to start with the thumb down again, up on the second with the pointer finger, up on the first with the middle finger, to the top with the thumb. And then we're going to reverse just the way we came up. Up with the middle, up with the index, down with the thumb on the third, and then you finish with the middle on the first. So all together that's going to be 8 notes. Again, down on the third, second, first, fifth, first, second, third, and then finish it off with a first string up. So you can see where it gets its name as you reverse the roll pattern. So you're starting forward, going down. Third, second, first, then you hit a fifth, and then first, second, third, first. So just practice this over and over. Once you get it very clear and very good, then you can pick up speed. amazing rolls now. The alternating thumb roll. We have the reverse roll. Now, there's lots of rolls you can do. These are two of the main ones. There's probably 5 to 10 rolls that are really the main meat of the vocabulary, and then you can change all kinds of rolls, changing a few notes here and there, which you will learn all along the way. But starting with those two, let's take those rolls and add them to the chords that we have from Bile and Cabbage down. So instead of strumming, like we were doing for Bile and Cabbage down, we're going to add rolls and really start playing some bluegrass banjo. Alright, you ready? So let's take the first one, the alternating thumb roll, and add it to the chords of Bile and Cabbage down. So beginning with G, C, G, D, G, C, G, D, G. Okay, again like we did with the strumming patterns, to actually play the song, we're going to condense that down into half the time. So this is what it sounds like playing along with the song Bile and Cabbage down with the rolls. Okay, let's sing it so you get a little feel for the melody as well. Bile and cabbage down, babe, turn them whole cakes round. The only song that I can sing is Bile and cabbage down. Bile and cabbage down, babe, turn them whole cakes round. The only song that I can sing is Bile and cabbage down. Alright, now that you've got the rolls going, playing Bile and Cabbage down, what we're going to do is take what we've learned so far and add a brand new song into the mix. The first song I ever learned in this style, my grandmother's favorite song, and a lot of people's favorite song, Cripple Creek. And all together it sounds like this. So this song has a few interesting techniques, variations in it. One thing is it adds the slide, which you may have heard here. Has another one here. And there's also a pull-off in there. It's where you pull off from one string to the other. So we're going to learn these variations. We're going to use our rolls, our picking patterns, and we're going to play Cripple Creek. Alright, let's get into it. Okay, all the tabs are going to be to these songs in the lessons, so you can take what you learn here in the videos, take a look at the tabs, it shows you where your fingers go, put them together. I've got backing tracks for you to practice with. Take these techniques, these styles, and play with the tracks, practice, 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 and then you will be making banjo music to the heavens before you know it. So, here's some of the things. We're going to go note by note into Cripple Creek. I'm going to show you how to play one of the best songs to play on the banjo and the beginning of Earl Scruggs style banjo. You ready? Let's do it. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is pinch. So a pinch is when you play two strings at the same time. In this instance, we're going to play the top string and the bottom string at the same time. The first string and the fifth. It sounds like that. And when you play it, you give it a good, nice, strong pinch. Not too loud where it's like this. Not too soft. But right in the middle. Give it a nice, quick, strong pinch. First and the fifth there. And as you do that, you're going to slide up on the first string from the second to the fifth string, or fifth fret. Okay, so you note the second fret on the first string, and then you pinch, and right after you pinch, you slide up from the second to the fifth on the first string. So note there, first string, second fret, pinch, and then slide up to the fifth fret. Alright, that's a pinch. That's how the beginning of this song starts. So after you do that pinch, then you hit a top string, fifth string, all these open, first string and a second string. So pinch and slide, fifth string, first string, second string. Cool. And then from there we're going to go into a C chord. Remember the C from Bile and Cabbage down. We're going to do the C chord with a forward roll. So make a C chord, start on the fifth string, hit the second string as you fret the first fret, and you're going to hit that with the pointer finger coming up, and then the first string on the second fret. Just like you make a normal C chord, and then you're going to hit that with the middle coming up. So top string, second string, first string, and then add a top string there, and then a first string, pinch. Alright, so that's, again, starts on the top string and you're making a C chord. Fifth string, second string, first string, and then a fifth string open, first string open, pinch. Okay, so those two parts all together, starting at with the pinch and slide. Cool, let's do it again. Pinch and slide to the fifth. Okay, and the timing is very important to hear that too. The first few notes are what is called quarter notes, so they're spread out a little farther. And then when you do the second measure with the C, they're closer. Those are eighth notes. So you hear those closer together. So pay attention to that. Now, moving on from there, just the second part of this section of the song, we're going to do another slide, and we're going to incorporate the alternating thumb roll that we just learned. So we're going to slide from the second to the fourth on the third string. Like that. From the second fret to the fourth fret on the third string. And as you do that, we're going to play an alternating thumb roll. So, right after you slide with the thumb, you're going to hit the second string open with the pointer finger, top string with the thumb, and then an open first string with the middle. And that's the alternating thumb roll we just did, but we're adding a slide in there from the second to the fourth. Such a cool sound. Okay? Right after that, we're going to do a pull off. We're going to add the cool pull off, one of my favorite techniques on the banjo. So you pull off, you're going to fret the second, at the second fret on the third string again. And you're going to hit it with a thumb. And then you're going to pull your finger off the string. But as you pull it off, this is a very subtle thing. You don't just take it off as quietly as you can. You take it off with a little rambunctiousness, shall we say, because that gives you the next note. It almost kind of bounces off of the tip of your finger, and in so doing, creates the next note. It kind of catches on your finger, and then when you let go of it, makes the next note. So that'll take a little bit of practice, but that's called a pull off, and you can do those everywhere. It's a great technique, a pull off. So again, down with the thumb, fretting the second on the third string, pull off, open second, then you're going to fret the fourth string at the second fret, open first with the middle, and then another alternating thumb roll. So you hit the fourth, open with the thumb, second, then you're going to fret the fourth on the fourth fret, open first, and then an open G. That's that whole phrase there. So, again, starting from the slide, let's go note by note. Slide from the second to the fourth with the alternating thumb roll. Pull off. As soon as you pull off, hit the second string open with the pointer finger. Fret there, fourth string, second fret. Open first, open fourth, open second, fret on the fourth, fret fourth string, open first, and then the last one is a G, open G, third string. So the whole phrase again. Okay, now let's do the whole A part. This is the A part of the song. A lot of songs are divided up into A, B, C parts. Cripple Creek has an A and a B part. And so we're going to do the A part, the whole A part once again, starting with the pinch and the slide. now we're going to do the B part, and we're already pretty far along with the B part. Is just a couple of variations on what we've already done. So the B part is going to do 3 slides in a row like we just did in the A part. So that's again an alternating thumb roll, and you're just sliding from the 2nd to the 4th, starting with the thumb down. So thumb, slide 2nd to the 4th, open 2nd string, open 5th, open 1st. So you do that 3 times, and then you hit an open 4th string and a pinch on the 1st and 5th strings. So all together. Alright, and then after that you hit another slide. And it repeats the same phrase that ends the first part. So again, the slide with the alternating thumb roll, the pull off, open 2nd string, fret on the 2nd, 4th string, open 1st, open 4th, open 2nd, fret on the 4th fret, 4th string, open 1st, open 3rd to end it. The same exact phrase that ends the first part. Okay, again the full 2nd part, the 3 slides to begin, and then the ending phrase that we just covered. So slide. Hey, thanks for watching the free beginner banjo course. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned a lot. The banjo is the coolest instrument in the world, and I'm so excited that you're now on your own banjo journey. The free version of the course here on YouTube is roughly about 1/3 of the full paid course, which has all of the tabs, the audio track downloads, the chord charts. So if you want access to the full thing, then hit the link in the description below this video and get the full beginner course. I also have available my Bluegrass Banjo Blastoff course. This goes deeper into the mystical, magical art of the bluegrass banjo, going into Scruggs style, single string playing, and melodic playing. The Bluegrass Blastoff course has over 50 video lessons and goes in depth into 8 incredible bluegrass banjo songs. And if you're serious about supercharging your banjo skills, you can get both of these courses at a deep discount in my banjo bundle. All those links are in the description below. Either way you go, please keep jamming, keep learning, and keep making beautiful banjo music. And please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below and tell us what is your favorite part of this course. Until then, keep picking. We'll see you in the next one.